So thank you so much, Felix. It's wonderful meeting you here today, and we are happy that you took out some time for us. ICID. I'll be happy to know something about ICID first, and then we'll proceed on to your, yourself. I'll be happy to know more about you and how this association started and how, you brought it to this level where it is today.
Yes.
So
well, everybody might know the International Commission on Irrigation and Drainage. It was a group of people that came together here right in India, and it was founded in June of 1949.
Okay.
1949.
Okay.
And so we are celebrating, as from this year up till next year, we are celebrating our 70th birthday.
Wonderful.
Kicking off in Bali and then concluding in Sydney, Australia. So we will have a full year of celebrations. At that time there was only 11 countries that form part of ICID. And as you know, it is a non-governmental organization that is sharing ideas and bringing people together from all over the world on irrigation, drainage and flood control. So that is the main focus of ICID, and since 1949 it has built and grown, and at the present moment we are close to 80 countries that are part of ICID. And of course we got a very good footprint all over the world. We represent about 95% of irrigated agriculture in the world. So very well represented, and we got a very good relationship with international organizations like the FAO and IMWI, and you could name it. And that is great to have them as partners. And we have developed, 2 years ago we started to develop our Vision 2030. So that is with the vision of a water secure world free of poverty and hunger. And of course, if you got a vision, you also develop your mission and you develop your goals, taking you forward. So we have developed 6 goals, and that is actually what is the driving force for ICID going forward. And that is then driven by the national committees, because our existence is the national committees. And within ICID we got working groups established with the Permanent Committee on Technical Activities and the Permanent Finance Committee, and then also the Organizational Affairs. So there are different committees doing different work, but they are all lined and aligned with the Vision 2030 and the goals. So that is our main sort of driving force and commitment towards irrigated agriculture and drainage and flood management. So that is our
ICID.
ICID, that is right,
Okay. So we'll be happy. Please share something about our viewers, something with our viewers about yourself and the key milestones of your career.
Yes, well, I'm from South Africa. I studied there at the University of Pretoria. I did my BSc Civil Engineering, but my main focus is of course water management and irrigated agriculture. And throughout my career I was very much involved in various research projects, implementation projects, the normal procedure of survey, planning, design, implementation, commissioning, which was quite a great experience. But of course later years you become much more involved in management and providing guidance in terms of many projects. I was instrumental in developing the very first infiltrometer to size center pivots. So center pivots came on the world market way back in 1954. But it was originally designed and implemented in the United States on typically 23 hectares. And when they arrived only in 1969 in South Africa, and then later on with the installation of more and more pivots, they installed center pivots with the size of up to 432 hectares. So you can imagine the problems that started to occur with application rates and with runoff problems. Infiltration could not take up all the water. So we did a lot of research to find a way to size center pivots, and we came up with a solution that won an international prize at that time, way back in 1984, when I was still young. But we did a lot of work on that. And so all center pivots are now been designed with the knowledge of how to design it, taking into account the infiltration rates. And then of course I did a lot of work on micro and drip irrigation. I wrote manuals about it, which has been published and utilized by designers. I also wrote a manual on drainage, surface and subsurface drainage. And we also did water use efficiency on guidelines from dam wall release to root zone application. So all the different aspects that should be considered and implemented in any water management area. So that is all published work and utilized. It is internationally based with the what we refer to as consumptive and non-consumptive use, and then the different parameters to take into account when designing that. And then of course my passion is also to give training. On an annual basis I go to ICID Delft in the Netherlands, where I'm training students from all over the world in the design of drip irrigation systems. So yes,
that is also part of ICID, or it's your individual initiative?
That is I think it came through the pathway of ICID, because the previous, one of the previous presidents, Professor Bart Schultz, when we met way back in the 90s, he soon discovered that there is someone that can assist them with lecturing, and so the contact actually came through ICID, but this is now done on a private basis for IHE. So yes, I'm involved in many things, which I'm enjoying thoroughly.
Wonderful. So it's 36 years of rich experience in agriculture and civil engineering. I'm sure you would have dealt with so many subjects, like you mentioned. You've been part of so many, you wrote so many manuals also, been part of the research work, been implementing the projects, creating, executing, and then further implementation of the same. So what is that one subject which is closer to your heart?
Well, I would say I have a passion for water in general. Then of course, if one have to pick, I would say micro-irrigation is really close to me in terms of the technology that are available and been implemented and successfully been used by farmers. But secondly, I would also say that center pivots, which is been implemented worldwide, also fascinates me in terms of the reason, most probably the machine and the application, the pump and the pipes, and so each type of irrigation is really something special, and you manage to meet so many different people working on that subject with all the different aspects. Even at the conferences of micro-irrigation, you will see that different aspects.
Right. So you said it started with 11 countries and today there are like 80 countries.
That is correct.
And I'm sure there are learnings in different countries. There are different situations and scenarios in various countries with regards to water management and their local circumstances, But then if there is a learning from any of the projects, suppose from X country, so what is then how do you plan to transfer that learning from one country to the another one, or utilize the learning of one country for the other one?
For the other country.
Yeah.
Yes, you might found all the countries are having almost the same sort of basis in terms of generically the different approaches, because the learning of the different technical people is of course at university level or technology universities or the schools where they learned how to do the approaches is internationally known. So from that perspective, generically, the technical basis is fairly the same throughout the world, but the approaches might be quite different. It depends on what is the policies of the local countries and what equipment are available, what infrastructure. Then I'm talking about electricity, I'm talking about the quality of products. There are a lot of variances.
Right.
Now the way to make that known to the different countries is of course having and facilitating conferences like the 9th Micro-Irrigation Conference, bringing together from all over the world. And we are hosting on a 3-year cycle our conferences. The one is a regional conference. Last year, for instance, in Canada, we had our regional conference. Then it is much more regionally focused. So the region will then bring their knowledge and they will focus much more on that. Then the second year is the World Irrigation Forum, which will now be in Bali in Indonesia this year in September. And that is then on a much wider scale, bringing together people from, again, all over the world, but addressing issues of irrigation in different facets. There's site events, there's high-level communication, ministerial communications, and then you're trying to transfer that knowledge across borders, across countries, which is, this will be our 4th. And then the 3rd in the cycle is of course our Congress year. That will be in Sydney in Australia, and that is then when we have what we refer to as questions. We get from the international community problems that they encounter. We formulate a question with sub-questions, and then we ask people from all over the world, how are you addressing that? And then you get the different perspectives. So South Africa might say, but this is the approach that we are taking. India might say, but yes, we are doing this and this. And then you get a rapporteur. And that's the big task of them, to analyze all those answers that came in. Then they formulate and then they pull out the recommendations. And that is then presented at the Congress.
Wonderful.
And then we invite certain
decision makers of various countries.
Absolutely. Plus then also presenters of aspects that we feel are addressing the issue the best. And that is then transferred to the people attending. And that worked quite successful. Great. Then of course intermediately is facilitation of something like the micro. We also got the drainage workshops from time to time. We also got national committees that will host their symposiums and workshops. And that is in that way that they are transferring the knowledge.
Wonderful. And I'll be keen to know about your recent Mohali visit also. Like, I got to know that you've been to Haryana and you had a visit. And there were some discussions, and you also appreciated a couple of things, couple of initiatives being taken by Punjab government, sorry, Haryana government.
That is
so
right.
I'll be keen to know how do you see, Punjab progressing when it comes to the agriculture segment?
Yes, yes. Well, that was also a great experience. They're very close to the Himalayas, fairly high rainfall, and we were fortunate, apart from the conference, where we discussed a number of things in terms of water management. That was the main theme, water management in that region, but also broader. And many speakers sort of brought that knowledge towards the delegates. But what was of great experience to me is we traveled to the Borloo Research Institute of Asia, and there we had the opportunity to talk to the researchers, where they are actually looking at ways of enhancing the production of rice and of wheat and of maize by utilizing subsurface drip irrigation. So on a rotational basis, they plant the rice on dripper lines, which is then GPS installed, certain depth, certain spacing, and then they know exactly where are the drippers, and they plant it accordingly, and then that is followed up with wheat. And the success in terms of yields and water saving was immense. I think and one of that, coming back, we said to ourselves, well, we must invite the engineer in charge of that research also to come and present here at this broader audience. And he gladly accepted, and he will be talking at the conference. So that was really a good experience for me, and we managed to see the whole, well, not the whole, but some parts of Punjab, which was really great. Also to interact with the government officials, the researchers, and the farmers. We had the opportunity to
interact with
the farmers there in the area, and yes, that was really a great experience. And of course, another great experience for me was they booked us on a train from Chandigarh to Delhi. So we traveled 329 kilometers by train, departing about 6 o'clock in the evening, and we arrived here at 10:30, which was a great experience, just to enjoy the countryside and see the things here.
Good. So any message you would like to give to our viewers and to our readers?
Well, ICID, as I've said, our vision is a water secure world free of poverty and hunger, and I think if we can all live it and work together in terms of obtaining that vision, what we are doing, how we are doing it, and what we are practicing, then the world will be a better place and sustain the water for generations to come.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Felix.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful having you with us once again.
No, thank you.